Hello everyone, Simus here, and welcome back to Ark Survival Evolved. I hope you're excited for today because I certainly am. As promised, we are returning to regular season content with this video, and we are now back at the lighthouse. And ready? Check this out. I finally got the stupid tower to work. It was kind of ridiculous how long it took to work out how to get this to work, but I spent some time fiddling with it. I went through probably like 10 fence foundations to work this all out, but I finally got it, and the secret are these. As you can see, I have some randomly placed really awful looking foundations. Basically, what the problem was that there were too many snap points kind of overriding each other. So what I did was lay some of these foundations down kind of in the middle to use up some of those snap points. And what ended up happening was I could get the other foundations to snap to the new ones and not to the old ones. I figured this one out the hard way. I tried to remove one of these ugly middle ones, and it took down the one I had finally placed correctly. It took me 10 minutes just to get that to work again. So these are super ugly and I don't like them, but they're not really that noticeable, so I'm not gonna worry about it that much. Honestly, I'm just super duper happy that we got this. So it is a little bit rough on the edges. I didn't feel like wasting time trying to get these walls to snap naturally, so I just flipped them. This is the problem with flipping manually, is that they don't line up, but as you can see from over on this one, they weren't lining up correctly anyway, so I figured it didn't matter. And I'm sure if you're using this as a template to build your own, you can probably do a smoother version of it yourself after learning from my mistakes, since I'm going out of my way to make all of them. So we're going to go ahead and start building our tower. I did go ahead and pre-build as much as I thought we would need. As you can see, I almost overburdened the mammoth just with all our supplies here. So let's go ahead and take those off. Hopefully I'm not encumbered anymore. Okay. So I kind of estimated how much I would need, so we may end up having to make a few things, but overall I think I have as many supplies as we're going to need for today. Assuming that the ladder wants to work. Okay. So we are just going to go ahead and start putting up our walls. There aren't going to be any doorways or anything, because this is supposed to be a tower and there's no reason to have a door. So look at that. Beautiful. So this is going to look really cool, hopefully. I am going to cheat a little bit and use fly just because I don't really feel like making an outer scaffolding, and because I don't have a quetz to stand on. We're just gonna go ahead and boop, levitate our way to success. I did plan this out to be approximately 10 levels high, including the base wall that I put down. I put that one down off camera just so I could get it lined up, because that's really annoying to do sometimes. So now we can just do the fun part, which is putting it all together like Legos. Kind of wish we had the Ichthyornis already, the little seagull, so I could have a flock of them. Not that I could in this playthrough, since they're probably fish eaters. It's really annoying how limited it is, but I do like the challenge. I'm using animals and doing a lot of things I wouldn't normally do, so all in all, this is pretty pretty good playthrough, I think. And now that we can get moving on all this, because I finally fixed the initial issue, then we are in really super duper good shape. So one more. So this is actually pretty tall. It's over twice as tall as the gates that are the base of the tower. The wooden gates are 4 walls high, and the tower is going to be 10. So this is going to be really nifty. Alright, let me get the next row. The top row is going to be window frames. I wasn't sure exactly if I wanted to do the floor here or if I wanted to do an upper floor. We are going to try to do an upper floor. I do have materials for that. So we're going to need those. Let's go back over here. Mammoth is unimpressed with my levitation. Alright. Over. Okay. I have some other good news while I'm putting these up. We do have enough eggs to go after our first 120 Bronto. I hadn't been around here in a while off doing shenanigans on the mainland. When I came back, I had like 5 turtle eggs. And that put us over the requisite amount. We needed 35. We now have 37. So I'm going to make the kibble off camera and we can go ahead and do that as soon as we find a Bronto. Let's just look out the window here for a second. This is really nice. So I'm glad I did, although taking a break for so long because I was annoyed with this wasn't very good. I am really happy that I was able to solve this because this effect is really cool. Aside from the little gapping thing, but I suppose if I really wanted to, I could take it all apart and fix it, but I don't think I will, just because of how much work that's going to be. There's only like 2 spots where it actually connects properly because I had to flip so many of them. So let's go ahead and I'm not sure how well the plan that I want for the ceiling is going to work, but we are just going to give it a try. If it doesn't work, well, I can just make more materials. Let's see, I needed the hatch frame and ceilings, and I guess I'll do the ladders too. What do you mean we actually need to get up here without flying sometimes? Alright, so we want the hatch frame to be here. Let's go ahead and do that, and we're gonna need those. Like I said, I just estimated what I was going to need for materials. I don't expect to be anything near correct for the amount. Okay. So this might be a problem though. On the one hand, this collision thing is actually what I want to happen in order to get solid coverage of the roof. But at the same time, if this is going to be blocking the hatch, it's actually not going to be... Okay, so that's obstructed. So I think if I remove this one... I should have made more ceilings for this. Okay, so that does that. I learned that from GG Fizz. If you haven't seen his channel, check it out. He does some really fantastic building stuff, and I've learned quite a bit from his style, basically, of using, kind of abusing the collisions. Alright, so I think this one, I think if I take this one down now, we are probably going to need more ceilings than I had anticipated because of this, but that's okay. Okay, so we're gonna try to put this one. No? You're not gonna do it? Wait, I think I had it. So that's pro. So it's going to be mostly. Check that out. So the only thing with doing this is the collisions can cause problems with like lag and all that sort of thing. So be super duper careful. This is just single player and the world is essentially throwaway, so I'm not that concerned about it myself, but if you're doing this on a large scale, you could easily lag yourself out. So I'll put a couple railings or something. Look at the sharks down there. Ooh, that's creepy. Imagine falling off this thing. Okay, so now that we've got that, let's see. We're gonna have to go back down again. You know what? I'm gonna have to fly again just to set the ladders because they're really hard to set. Okay. Whew. Hope nobody's scared of heights around here. So, I think it's pretty obvious that falling off the top of the tower or down is basically going to be instant death. And that goes all the way. Alright. So we are in really good shape right now. So that's my other piece of advice. If you're getting super duper frustrated with something, take a break from it, do something else, and then come back and you will figure it out. That's basically what I did. I took that break of like a week and a half. I'd only intended to take like a couple days, but we're gonna need those. Actually, you know what? Actually, I don't think I can carry everything at once, but now we're gonna go ahead and this would probably look way cooler in stone, but we're doing wood in this playthrough because I feel like doing wood, so that's what we're doing. Okay. So we are definitely going to need a railing up there because I don't want to fall off. So let's put those there, and the pillars there. Alright, this is going to be the fun part. We're going to have to put the railings up first. So I'm not exactly sure where I want them, to be honest. Now it's obviously going to have to be like on the side or something here. Actually, I'm gonna, yeah, let's just put them on the corners. So the reason why I'm putting these up is so you can put the pillars. If you can hear that, I'm sorry, that's my phone. Shut up, phone. Okay. So yeah, you do that, and then we're gonna go ahead and do that on this side. On the outer edge, please. Come on. Game. Outer edge. Okay. Now, I did want to do that and that. I have no idea if this is gonna work. We're just messing around with it. Okay. That's gonna go like that. And that one is gonna go like that. I really hope those are lined up. And where's that one? Where's that one? Okay. So this is gonna be the roof. Sort of. If I can get it to work. Ooh, I'm talking about falling down. That was close. I did. Ooh, and I almost fell down that one. Note to self, actually look where you're going. There's something dead in the water over there. So we're gonna go ahead. So I need sloped ceilings, railings, this thing, and where are my regular ceilings? Do? Oh, because I used them all. I'm dumb. Okay, so we're going to have to make some regular ceilings. I hadn't anticipated needing as many as I did. However, I did make sure I collected some extra fiber, and thatch is omnipresent, so we can just very quickly go ahead and make some more. I guess if you weren't going to use the ladder on the inside, or if you had a bigger floor, that thing with the collisions on the top floor wouldn't have mattered that much. But because we are doing a fairly, honestly, I would call it a small scale tower. As far as builds go, this is actually kind of on the small side for me. But if you were doing a bigger one, you'd probably not have to have that little bit on the sides. Let's see, I need wooden ceilings. Let's go ahead and just make all of the ones that I can make right now. Because chances are I'm going to need to demo a couple. I'm still 50-50 on whether I want to bring this mammoth with us to our upcoming Alpha Rex fight. I feel like as good as mammoths are, this particular one wouldn't be that helpful. He is a high level. Here, boy. Just checking. But he wasn't tamed with kibble, so he could have been a higher level. And I just feel like that extra firepower may not actually end up be that useful. But we'll see. It also depends on how quickly I can actually find a Bronto. That's still scary. Did I bring the railings with me? Yes, no. I'm kind of an idiot like that. That's okay. So let's put the ceilings up. I should have brought everything with me. So we're gonna go ahead and put these up. I guess this may not look that bad. What I was hoping to do was... we're gonna have to fiddle with this a little bit. I'm glad I made extra ceilings. This would be a good place for an elevator for those of you with technology. So let's go ahead and I'm just gonna grab all of this stuff. And we're gonna need railings, definitely, slope ceilings, and the rest we will work on afterwards. I'm sure you're wondering what the cage is for. First, we are going to put up a railing so I don't die falling off here. So let's go ahead and put that up. Yeah, we're just gonna go all the way around with the railings. I'm pretty sure you can still fall in those little corners, but oh well. Okay. That's better. I'm not gonna test that, but I think what I will do is maybe put some ceilings. If we end up with any extras, I'll put a ceiling or something underneath to keep it from falling off. So now what we need to do is... Alright, this might actually... Alright. If you're not using the sloped walls, sloped ceilings are like the worst thing in the world to have to try to place. I should have just gone with ramps. Do I have... Might have just enough wood. No, I do not. Actually, I should. Alright, we're gonna... Oop, that was the wrong one. We're gonna try to science some stuff. Maybe. I don't think that's gonna work the way that I want it to. The fact that that will still place is kind of funny. I'm gonna see... Can I actually... Actually, you know what? Because of the ladder, I don't think I could put this here anyway. That's unfortunate. So I'll just be really super duper careful. What did I want to do? What I did want to try to do was extend this out a little bit so it's not so square. Let's see. Well, either way, I need a little bit more wood to get this going. Alright, bring me a tree. Alright. Do I have... Okay, I have plenty of fiber. Apes might be a pain to tame, but they're so incredibly useful. I think the pillars did kind of place off center. Whatever. Yes, they did. Well, let's see. So what I want to do is find these guys. One of each because I can never remember which one is which. So there's a little bit of a trick here. That would actually probably work a little bit better without this ceiling. Okay. We're gonna try. Oop, that was the wrong one. We're gonna try it and just see if we can get it. I've gotten this to work on a raft of all things. But sometimes you can get these to actually snap to the pillar. It may not do it just because there's so many other things that it needs to snap to. Yeah. That's okay. Oops, that wasn't what I wanted. I wonder. What if I do this one like this? And take that one out and do that one like that. Will it still let me put them in the middle? Yes, it will. The arc building system is extremely weird. Okay. So how does that change the ceiling? Aside from it being its usual annoying self. So what I want to do... So I guess what I want to do is just, wait, can't you? You can. I think you can put these on fence foundations. Let's make a couple fence foundations and try it. Railing, fence foundation. I'll need 4 if this actually works. Oh, I already had some. I wasn't paying attention. That's okay. Alright, so let's see if we can get this to... That actually placed the way that I thought it was going to now. This may actually end up being a little bit ugly. But what I want to do is... that. And then you put this... here. And... I know this is definitely going to take some finagling, so we're gonna... But we do still need... to do that, and that. I'm not sure if that was actually even, but that's okay. At this point, it's just gonna be kind of figuring out the order these all need to go up. Okay. So I need this one. And I think one more of each. Honestly, it doesn't matter what direction they're facing in at this point, anyway. They don't really have like a right way to go in this particular situation, so we're just gonna do whatever. Right. So now what we're gonna try to do is put these up. If the game would not lag, that would be phenomenal. So I think I will actually also need a regular one in the middle. Wonder if I should try doing on that one, because that's more of a natural. Alright, so let's see. Maybe make one more. So this part I had no ideas at all on how to do this, so we're really just winging it at this point. And that actually placed way too far out. Cool. That. I'm not sure that it really matters which side. Okay. And it will still actually face either way. So. This is a very strange looking roof. Okay, so first thing we want to do so I think if we do that and we do the ones, these ones first, I think you should be able to okay. do need to do the other ones first. This way. This way. So basically what we're trying to do is give the roof a little bit of a curve. Okay, yeah, that's how you do that. Yet another trick I learned from Gigi. I'm not the only one who has trouble with this part though, but I do think I'm probably gonna have to pull this part out. Actually, you know what? I think that's gonna be okay as it is. Alright. So we are gonna need basically every side is gonna need. This one's gonna be a weird one anyway, just because of the way things line up. So I'm not going to do this part on camera, but I am going to try to fix the roof. It is supposed to look slightly more aesthetically pleasing than what it does right now. But let's go ahead and do the other part that I was going to do anyway before we go. So let's go down. And I think we want this basically as close to the middle as we can get. This is still going to be a thing. Alright. Okay, so apparently that doesn't work when you're in camera mode. So I'm just trying to actually get camera mode to work. Okay. And I don't think it's going to because the game just wants it to. Alright, we're just gonna guess. How about that? If it's a little bit off, that's okay. Now we open this. And put the fire down. Put some wood in there. Ready? So there we go. There's our lighthouse beacon. Pretty cool, huh? Except now that I'm actually kind of stuck up here. So the cage is actually backwards. And you can't actually. We'll just fly around it for now. It's not really meant to be. Okay, so you can open this. Can you actually open? Okay. So that's all I care about is that you can access the inventory. I think I might actually move it back for next time so we can actually use the tower as. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter because the tower doesn't really need to be a guard outpost or anything. But there we go. Actually, let's we're gonna fly just so we can kind of get a better look. I am going to work on the design a little bit, but this is basically what we're going to be. There we go. So that's pretty cool. If it was closer to nighttime, I would hang out a little bit so we could see what it looks like at night. But you can probably imagine it's going to look pretty cool. So we finally have our lighthouse. Ta-da! So, like I said, I'm gonna work on the roof, but we do have the main design finished, and I am so happy that we did manage to get this solved and actually set up, because this is really cool, and I'm glad that I decided to do that for this run. But that is going to be it for today. I think that this was a really great thing to get done. So this is a ton of progress after no progress at all for way too long. So for the next video, if I do manage to get the roof fixed and a few more little design stuff, I'll revisit this and we'll take a look at it. But aside from that, we are going to start getting ready for Bronto hunting, because that's really, right now, that's our main goal right now, is just to find a Bronto and tame it. The patch for this week will hopefully be coming soon. As soon as it drops, we're going to get a Rhino as well. So what I might do is I'll just wait on the Bronto until we get a Rhino, and then we'll do the Bronto. So I don't know what we're going to do for the next episode, but it will be something along those lines. Some sort of taming or scouting, or who knows, maybe I'll change my mind and we'll do something completely different. I don't know. But either way, it's going to be something hopefully as exciting as building a lighthouse. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all in the next episode.